Huh. I wonder that if there's no sugar coating um, in your speech or in your statement which you are stating in front of so many people, then how can, oh, there are two people watching. Thanks for watching, but you can go now. But my point is that when there is no sugar coating in your speech, when you are talking to so many peoples and you are preparing, you are pre-preparing your speech prior from speaking to someone else, it will completely diverse, it will completely dissect your attention from your real. That was very uh, uh, very pressurized. That was very that was creating pressure. But my point is that whenever you are trying to state something in front of many people and you are trying to sugarcoating your sentences, your complete focus is in trying to faking your accent or faking the thing you want to express to the people in front of you. But most of the people we meet this time, did they try to sugarcoat their sentences? Not exactly, but that's their real personality. Why they were watching me, by the way? My head is just swirling around. When I try to be fake, or when I try to speak in front of some people, even though I'm not feeling like that I should talk and I should express something, but still um, somehow I talk in front of those people. It create a false opinion, and it creates a false conversation in front, in between us, uh, that is creating a pressure and that is creating uncertainty in our brain, because the conversation is non-interesting, at least to me, because I do not like to have the conversation with people. And even though I do not like to have the conversation, I am talking with them. It would create the uncertainty. It would create so much pressure here in my amygdala. It would create a certain kind of environment around myself, around certain kind of pressure around me, that I will be end up taking negative all over from me. Right now, there's nothing I can think of right now. I'm not in the mood of explaining certain things to myself, to my future self, to anybody I talk with. I want to have a conversation. I want to share all these things. But at the end, I always feel like that key. I try to become more strong by myself. I do not try to take help from others, and make myself a little more better, little more natural, little more authentic, but always think that everybody around me will only just make me more weak and weak. But the only person which is making myself weak is completely me. The thinking, the subconscious thinking, um, going opposite to your own, going opposite to your own interest, and talking about those topics which you are not interested in, and doing those things repeatedly again and again. uh, I'm creating a false sense of mm, identity, and a false personality, which I do not feel, which I do not absolutely feel. Um, of course, really, I do not really feel like that, but I'm trying to paint that personality in front of myself. This is making my condition so much worse for me that I am completely clueless at what I'm suffering really from. If my mind is not working, that means that I am not in the mode of thinking something productive. That's it. There are many times I've found my friend that they are not in the mood of having joking around or talking about specific topic to me. But on the other hand, I try the things which I don't want to do forcefully, and my mind does not go there. I forcefully pull back my mind at the specific point, but after pulling my mind, holding my mind forcefully from very great power, from all of my potential, I try to pull my mind back, but still not able to hold my attention to back to the conversation and back to the topic. And after not able to holding my attention to those topic, um, I feel that I am useless. I cannot hold my attention. I'm suffering from ADHD. I'm totally useless. That is not the point at all. That is needed to be proved. It is completely, it completely, um, it completely based and completely depend upon what is my condition, from which thing, or from what kind of traumas, what kind of stress I am suffering from. Because even the people like Perv, people like Perv in my class, sometimes he feels very down. He cannot speak very in a great way. He cannot bring up the right thing to say, and do not have enough energy, mental energy, to bring up some of the topic to speak on. That means he's weak. Maybe that at that time he's thinking that he's weak, but in reality, he's just suffering from something which he do not want to suffer, and he's letting himself suffer at that point of moment. Uh, that is very unfortunate. That it is very hard for anyone in the field, anyone in the world. It is very hard for them to avoid such kind of thinking or such kind of thought process or trauma that they had been suffered in the recent past years, it is very hard for them to avoid those thinking. If your brain is popping up some of the thought, it means that it is needed to be processed. You cannot forcefully um, steal your attention from that topic and bring into some another topic. It is not possible in that way. You have to go with the flow of your mind. You have to speak with the flow of your mind. You can be aware, but you cannot control it. That is the whole point, that you do not have to completely force yourself to complete a specific task in front of many people, or give a speech in front of many people. If you are scared, you are scared, you will wreck your speech. You will wreck your speech for sure. But after racking up hundreds of speech, maybe if you are weak, thousands of speech, after that maybe you will get so much used to it, it will not bother you so much, because you are not uh, scared or terrified anymore from those losses that you are scared earlier. Now you have something new to get scared from. And these kind of thinking, these kind of problems just generate again and again, after and after. Every problem you faced, every problem you crossed, every path you crossed, every kind of cycle, every kind of maze you solve, you get different maze, you get more difficult maze to solve. And uh, it is the cycle no one can escape from. uh, Everybody in the world suffering from some kind of cycle. It is easy to say that it's so easy, get out from this, just ignore the thing. But that is not the case. You cannot ignore the thought. The thought is unprocessed, the thought is unsolvable. You have to accept it from your mind. You have to tolerate it. You have to tolerate it. In the future it can pop up at any moment of time. It can make you terrified. It can uh, make you miserable, even though you had overcome it. But it will not leave you until unless you had completely processed those thought from your own potential, from your own power, not just for the um, sake of ignoring and sake for your more important work, but for real. You have to consume it, you have to digest those thoughts for the real. After that it will be possible for you to move on and to make further decision, to be completely clear of from your mind. My mind is not clear, I have to be specific, I have to be very confident to that statement, that my mind is not clear at all. My mind always thinking about thinking, which is confusing. And that is why it is thinking that I am completely blank, I am completely useless. It has been recorded that most of the people who are suffering from something, they are thinking of themselves that they are useless. But to indulge or to activate some different passion, some different thought within your brain, it is very much important to digest the previous thought you are thinking of. And after learning that, you will come to know that how to handle different kind of pressure, because this kind of thinking, this kind of stress is not only limited to my problem. Anyone which is triggered by some specific thing, can be triggered in this way, the way I am now triggered right now. They can be triggered at that time and it will bother him or her for the rest of their life if they do not learn how to handle those thoughts, how to process those thoughts. They do not accept or they do not believe that they have to completely process, completely think about those things they do not want to think about. They want to escape the bothers. They want to escape from the misery that is compulsory for anyone to suffer. You don't have to flow against your mindset. You have to flow with your mindset. You do not have to see hundreds of YouTube video for your progress. You have to be the YouTube video for your progress. You do not have to prove yourself in hundreds of people, in the population of hundreds of people. You're talking in front of class. You do not have to prove in front of them. But apart from them, but instead of it, you had to be that version version of yourself that you want to prove. But still, the sentence came again, you do not have to prove. You have to be that proof. Don't go there. Don't go there for proving yourself. It will always um, burn a fire of jealousy, fire of um, um, revenge within you. It will not let you um, complete, or it will not let you um, have your work done. It will always burn you inside. That is my mind right now, which is want to prove himself, which is want to prove others that what I am capable of. But the moment you are stuck in the maze of proving yourself, like Karn, that I have to prove that I am the biggest archer in the world. Anybody in the world is not uh, letting me prove, or anybody is not uh, believing that I am the best archer. I need to prove, so that fire of revenge had been completely make him misery, make him suffer throughout all his life, all throughout his all life, or throughout his um, throughout his whole life. He had suffered throughout his whole life, and he died while suffering. The only person that can believe and that can oppose you is you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your own statement. You have to believe in your own belief. And you have to reject all the ideas that is opposing, that is pulling back you. And not only talking about these great stuff, these big thing which I had read from the books, but this is my own words that I believe, not completely, but I hope that at some point of my life and very soon enough, after suffering more and more, this would be my permanent word. This would be my um, this would be my uh, vision. This would be my what we say. This would be my um, own principle to live throughout the life, which is prove yourself, not others. If you believe something is true, go for it, even though it is not true. If you believe something is false, go for it, not thinking that, oh, not going for it, avoid it, not seeking for the approval of others. You will become to know at some point of life that you are wrong, and at the end, nobody in the life, nobody in the world is completely right and completely wrong. At some point of life, they came to know that they are wrong, and this is the life. But at least the time being you are believing something, at least enjoy those moments, at least uh, spend those moments realizing that the thing you are following is wrong. At least live those moments uh, with its full potential. Live those moments fully and enjoy those moments. Do not come in the words or do not come in the influence of the other people you see out there. They are also suffering. They are suffering from different thing. That means there are some reasons. Uh, there are some reasons they believe that this is wrong, this is true. That's also goes for you. And in the earlier times, I had uh, told this thousands of times that in earlier times, so there was um, a specific time I used to believe on the specific stuff for a very longer period of time. And if I can believe on those specific stuff which I had read in the books, I can still believe in my own stuff. I can still believe in false belief. I can still believe in some of the bullshit. I think that this is true. That is completely fine in that. You do not have to uh, do not have to uh, um, think much about it. You will come to know. You do not have to share the extraordinary knowledge which you do not have. The light is gone. And this is the end of my video.